Guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Toluwakemi. I film about what comes to me naturally. I film about things that blesses me. I share my experience and all those good stuff. So on today's video, I want to talk about something I started talking about on my WhatsApp status. By the way, my WhatsApp status is a good place to be, so join me on my WhatsApp if this is your first time of watching me. And yeah, before I go, if this is your first time of seeing my video, please subscribe to my channel, click on the like button, and please turn on your notification. Drop a comment for me, please. I would really appreciate it. Okay, enough of all these things. Let me get straight into the conversation because it's very important to me, and I'm currently in a season of my life where I'm getting exposed. I'm getting how do I put it? I'm getting exposed and I'm getting interested in conversations like this. So I started talking about relationship and all those good stuff about relationship on my WhatsApp status today. And I touched a bit about something very important that a lot of us have been suffering from, or you suffered from, or it's the thing I've jammed you. Okay, my voice is like this because I have sore throat, so just bear with me for the meantime. Okay, so what I want to talk about is Christian brothers. Yeah. I said it on my WhatsApp status that I have had an experience with a Christian brother before, and I got DMs like, talk about it. I said, where? So I said, okay, let's do it. Let me talk about it on my WhatsApp status, right? So that's what this video is about. So my experience with a Christian brother, let's go. So what does it mean by a Christian brother, by the way? Because we need to understand the meaning so that we can go into it fully. So let's unpack it. So what I mean by Christian brothers is, those kind of brothers in church that you meet in church, that you guys attend the same church together, and one thing led to the other, y'all just getting close. You understand that thing? So it's not looking like you have to call somebody, is this brother? You have to talk to somebody, is this brother? So then along the way, maybe you now feel like, and this is something about we ladies, we the female gender, we put emotions into everything. So when you see that, oh, this guy, he calls me, this guy buys something for me, he remembers me when he's out, and he buys something when he's coming back. We traveled home and we came back to school, and then he's bringing something for me. He's saying things like, I remember you when I saw it, things like that. And you're like without your permission, right? You just conclude, oh, he must like me. And then without permission again, your emotions just decide for you that, oh, this is a one of a kind brother. What do? You sit on it and all those things. Those are the kind of Christian brothers I'm talking about. And then maybe at one point or the other, you just decide to say, what are we? And then the brother just tells you, we're friends. Like, I don't get why you asking what are we? We are friends now. And then you're like, he jilted me. Meanwhile, this brother did not jilt you. See, he did not jilt you. Okay, so my own experience right now, I believe I was in was it part 2 or part 3 right now? I'm not really sure of the part I was, because it has been long, and well, by the grace of God, I've moved on, and and that's why I can even share all this with you guys, because I don't believe I would, like, when I had the prompting in my heart to just share it, I was like, hello, have we moved on? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. So I met this amazing young guy. He was good. Like, we're friends. We talked. We've grown over time together. We've talked. We've done this. We've done that. And then we started getting close. And one thing led to the other. Without my permission, because that's the way I feel it is. Without my permission, emotions started getting in the way, and then the little things he does started feeling like, oh, he cares about me, and then started having this unnecessary emotions, right, flying in the air. And then I remember there was one relationship meeting I went to with TMA, and TMA says, ask the guy, what are we? See that question, that question can kill easily, but at the same time, it's a good question. Sincerely, that question is a good question, but the answers it comes with is not always easy, but it is for you. Sincerely, it's for you. The what are we question is not an easy question to ask, but it's at the end of the day is to help you. You understand me? So, and then I asked this amazing question, what are we? And then I got the, we are just friends, bruh. And I'm like, to be sincere, that day I cried. So cool. If IBK is watching this now, IBK will just be laughing. Because I called IBK on the phone, I was crying. He said we are red. He said we are red. I cried a lot. Funny enough, immediately, and those were the mistakes I made. Immediately, I deleted his number. I blocked him on WhatsApp. So let's continue. Because even if I say let's thank God for growth. So among all these things were happening, I started having all this unnecessary mindset about it, that maybe because it is this thing that I do for him, so I'm not going to do it again for anybody. No, I started having building some unnecessary mindset block that I did not need. The truth about it is, as a lady, as a woman that you are, caring for someone is a strength. It doesn't have to be a weakness, provided you learn and know how to manage it. Do you understand? It's a strength. It's something beautiful that the Lord has put inside you and I. Is a very beautiful strength, and I'm super duper grateful for it. The ability to be able to care, the ability to be able to care about someone to the extent that you can check up on them, you can discuss some thought-provoking conversations and all those good stuff is a strength. It doesn't have to be a weakness. You just have to learn how to go about it. So and then over time, all through the years, I was really angry towards him. I had reservations. I would not talk to him. There was even a time he called my attention to something, and I was just like, I just lashed out. And then by the time I started now outgrowing it, the Spirit of God had to start teaching me bit by bit that it doesn't have to hurt so much. The answer to that question was actually a good thing. You have to take it as a good thing. Just imagine if you had been in that state for as a decade or as 5 years, and then you just see him pop out with wedding invitation. Would that have been better? That would have been good, right? So thank God you were able to ask. That way you're able to move on quickly. That way you're able to say, can we still be friends, or do every one of us have to still go their ways? Now I want to share with you very important things that you can pay attention to. One of the things you have to understand is that it is not the Christian brother's fault. And I know that sounds selfish. That sounds like, Toluwakemi, you don't understand. But it is the hard, sincere truth. It is not his fault. I watched a video recently, and Pastor Aaron said, one of the ways to know a guy likes you is if he opens up his mouth by himself and says, I like you, I love you. That is the only way to know. You can't know through the things that he does to you, because he can do it to any and every other lady. Oh, this guy gave me a ride today. He can give any babe ride. Oh, this guy bought something when he was coming back from. He can do it for anybody. Guys don't show. It is when you are now in a relationship that is defined that you can now start timing all those things. Oh, he cares about me. Do you understand? Because the truth is, if you look at it sincerely and you sit down to look at it, you were the one that made the assumption that he likes you. He didn't say it with his mouth. You made the assumptions. And for example, now there are these things that we ladies will do. You now start asking him some questions like, what will you do if I were to be your girlfriend? He did not say it, but you just want to be using unnecessary questions to be looking for answers that are, nah, don't do that. I remember 2019 when I met a particular friend of mine, and we started getting close. We met in 2018, November, December. We got so close so close over those 2 months. And I remember in January during that lockdown, I took my phone. That's the second point. Be ready to have those honest, uncomfortable conversations. I called him and I said, guy, Alpha, what are we? And if I had not asked that question, I would not have known that this particular guy was in a serious future-oriented relationship. But the guy just liked my vibe. The guy just liked the fact that I was focused, motivated, inspiring. He just liked that about me. And then we would always talk every day. We would always discuss business, discuss this, discuss that. But when I found out that red light though, I had to call him. And then when I asked him, I wasn't shocked. I was happy, but at the same time, there was this little amount of thank God I asked him. Do you understand? So have those uncomfortable, honest conversations, please. It is very, very important. When you see it, your emotions are already doing your emotions are already shining lights. Immediately look for where the light is coming from and then ask the light, which socket are you connecting to? And when you see the socket it is connecting to, evaluate that socket and say, Baba, are we truly on the same flight mode? And he says, oh, we are just friends. What do? You already telling your mind, lock up, we are just friends, lock up. I'm telling you, because it's very, very important. Have it. Never assume. I met another guy recently also, and then only for me to just see that this guy is also in a relationship. I'm like, oh boy, thank God. Just that. And it's not like guys don't want to tell you they're in a relationship. Some of them just feel like it is my private thing. You cannot. And then another thing is they get carried away easily. They get carried away easily when they just see, oh, this lady, I just like that vibe. They will not want anything to stop that vibe. So they prefer just putting you in an unknown situation. It is you that we have to fight for yourself. That is my number 3 point. You are the value. It is you. It is a you versus you. Don't care about that thing. So you have to fight for you. If I've coached you before, or if I had the privilege of coaching you before, you hear me say this often. When you close the door at night, all those people, all the views, likes, subscribers, everything, they are gone. It remains you when you close the door. Do you understand me? So it's very, very important that you place that much value on yourself. Ask those questions because you need answers. If you say, oh, why will you be asking me? Baba, I need the answer for myself. I need it. See, more on you. Oh, important. That's another thing. Do you understand? So another point is increase your knowledge bank. Don't be caught unaware. Increase your knowledge bank. For example, see, Pastor Kingsley and Mildred, those people, I love them. They have their YouTube videos more is life-saving. I'm telling you, their YouTube videos, life-saving. Go see, some of us we are guilty of this. Our churches that we attend, they only do seminars once it is Valentine's Day, once it is singles week. That's the only time they do seminars. Baba, the only thing you hear during those times cannot sustain you for the whole year. It cannot. So you have to be the one to go out there and look for resources that will help you. So you have to be the one that is going out there to say, how do men think? Buy books. You know me, I love books. I love it. I read a lot. I listen to podcasts. I watch YouTube videos. That is me. Before you can sakama J me myself, I will sakama J you. That's the truth. It's bass with boss. Everything all together. Do you understand? So you have to learn how many things. For example, now, there's this video I recently watched from Pastor Kingsley, and Pastor Kingsley was saying it that, let me read some points because I have my relationship notes with me. And then he was saying that men will always compare themselves with the worst, while women will always compare herself. A woman will always compare herself with the best. And it is true, because I had to ask myself and say, let me be sincere with myself, let me check it. A man will always say things like, if you complain to a man will always say things like, if you complain to a man now, like you say that, you Shade will be like, Shade, sure you don't see how Tola is doing with his girlfriend. You don't see how Tola is taking care of his girlfriend, Abi. You are comparing him to the best. Meanwhile, he will now respond to you and say, oh, it is Shade that you are looking at. Sure you don't see how Tolani is getting the worst experience from her boyfriend. Do you know? He will always, like, men are just, is that ego. They are territorial. So they will always just want you to know that the me you are seeing right now is the best. Meanwhile, a woman will always say, oh, we can be better. Women, when it comes to growth, women are more receptive. Women want to grow more than men. Men, it will take them to be like, it will take a personal inspiration and decision to want to grow. But women, you will see, there's always women conversion, women this, because women want to always become the better version of themselves naturally. But for men, they feel like, the way I am, mo ti wà pa jù. That's guys for you. Meanwhile, ladies, we always want to be the best. We always compare ourselves to the best. That's why you always see clothes. Our clothes are always, we always want to upgrade. But guys, just give a guy t-shirt, trouser, he's looking good, he's okay. Let me give you another thing he said though. See, a man should take care of you not because he has to, but because he wants to. And it's the truth. Do you understand? It's the truth. It's the truth. And it says that men trade emotional attention to get sex, while women trade sex to get emotional attention. Listen to that very well. Men, they trade emotional attention to get sex. That's why a man, he can have sex with anybody. But women, we can have sex with one person so far the person keeps giving us that attention that we need. See, I'm telling you, these things are very, very important. You are the value. You are. Do you understand? You are. So it's not the fault of Christian brothers and all those things. I understand the fact that, it can be painful. I've gone through it. I know how it can be like. I know the amazing thing about this thing, it might be that at that point in time, for that Christian brother, he knows that he doesn't have what it takes to be in a relationship with the you he sees. Come to think of it, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I don't know if you get it. I hope I'm able to even say it the way I said, because that just came out. He might not, to him, do you know, they're always comparing themselves with people that are worse, right? And then he might see you on a growth wavelength that he knows that, I cannot do this. And then to him, he might be like, oh, I cannot do this. Funny enough, later in life, y'all might still get together. But as at that time, it's just not it. Sure you get me? It's just not it. So you have to be very, very, very careful. Tolu, see me, I'll just block him. No, I don't think so. For me, I didn't block that person. Funny enough, we are still friends till now. I've not blocked that person. Funny enough, I've needed his help since after that time, back to back. So do you understand? So you don't have to block him. You don't have to, sincerely, you don't have to block him. You can just, as much as possible, create distance, obviously. Then allow God to walk through you. Allow God to teach you. Allow the Holy Spirit to teach you things to be better. And the best and the most important thing, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. It's very, very important too. Focus on yourself. And I know they say forgive and forget. You can actually not forget. But instead, you can forgive. And over time, become better. Now, this is what I do. For example, now, anytime it just feels like I remember the way he treated me, the way everything went down, I start praying for him and his future wife. That's the truth. I know that sounds funny, but that's what I do. I just start, for example, now before I started making this video now, when I knew that I was going to talk about it, I was just like, gosh. I didn't date, I was just like, thank you, Heavenly Father, for what you have done so far. Thank you. I bless you. I give you praise. I thank you for wherever he is blessed. Thank you for whatever he's going to put his hand into, he's blessed. And I thank you for what you are doing through my life also. That's just it. You pray for him. You pray for her. Just in case if now babe serve you to breakfast like that, you pray for him, you pray for her. And that's the truth. Funny enough now, that experience has really shaped me in a way that most of my male friends now, that are my very good male friends now, if anytime I see we already getting close, the first thing I do is to pray, Lord, who is he in my life? I'm always like, who is he in my life? And when I see the answers I'm getting, they are, guy, what are we? And then he's able to say, oh, I just respect you, I love you, I see what you are doing, I'm inspired by, Because the problem is okay. Let's be inspiring each other. We're on a journey. And then to my last point, everything rises and falls to you. We women, we are very powerful. Set your standards. See, I've gotten some crazy DMs. Oh, he wants sex. Mama, do you want it? You don't want it now. So let him go. Stop. Let's see. Relationship is not the highest validation you need in your life. Oh, when we learn how to get married is not the highest validation you need in your life. It's just a means to an end. And you need to understand and be okay with that. You have to get to that contentment season that you are okay with it. Would I now get married? Mama, focus. See, I've actually heard and seen a lot. But I just wish that we women, you and I, we can come and tell each other the truth. Marriage is beautiful, is good, is great. But it is not the highest qualification you need in your life. Oh, you want to introduce yourself as a wife. Do you want to, as a wife that is miserable? As a wife that wishes she has not gotten married? As a wife that cannot even pursue her goals and ambitions? No. I believe in something, and it is because of my knowing. I know that as a woman, right, God wants me, is one of God's hard desires for me to get married. In fact, he even called me Beulah, and he even called me Epsiba. Before he called me Beulah, he called me Epsiba, right? The delight of God. So I am first a delight unto God before Beulah. Okay. Let me not break your head with that. That's just like what should I call it now? A revelation I have. Do you understand? So if I can focus my eyes on being God's delight, of being the Epsiba of God, all other things will be added unto me. Shey you get me? So focus on yourself, grow for yourself. Don't grow because you want to look too sharp. Grow for yourself. Grow because the person you can be inspires you to want to discover her. The person you can be inspires you so much that you want to. I wrote something June 30th, 2022 on my status. I said the rate at which between 28th and 30th of June, the way I have set up a system, that I have set myself up throughout the month of July, like that the woman I will become by July 31st, 2022 is going to be so proud of the things I've done between 28th and 30th of June. Like, be so inspired of the you can become in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, by the end of the year. So I hope that you've learned 1 or 2 things from this thing that I've talked about. Christian brothers, sincerely, it is not their fault. You just have to outgrow it. There's nothing you can outgrow. Will you forget? With time. But can you forgive? Yes. Do you understand? So, as much as possible, just in case, if you have a friend that you believe should watch this video, please share this link with a friend. If there's any question you have, please drop it in the comment section. And if you feel like, oh, you want to connect with me, please, I have a link in the subscription box. Just send me a DM on WhatsApp. You can connect with me on Instagram. I would love to have you join me. And please, if you've watched to this point and you've not subscribed, don't do this to me. The goal is to get monetized too. If you don't want to be part of my story, be part of my success story. So please and please drop this subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to sharing with you in my next video, which is going to be about Tomike Alayonde or Tomike Adeoye, one of the two sha. I hope you know her. She's like Oloriebi on Instagram. So I want to share with you how to become like her. Are you ready? Thank you so much for watching. It's like come your way next time. I remain Toluwakemi. Bye bye.